Welcome to the dojo. Today I am going to give you the foundation of survival, which I call the spear, so that you can feel more confident in the things that you're doing to protect yourself and your loved ones in an emergency. Alright, Sensei Key Survival Martial Arts. Today we're talking about the survival spear. And the spear is an acronym which comes from my years of trying to put together and figure out how to get prepared myself when I was developing this ranger training program, which was an outside adventure-based training course for younger kids that I had in my dojo. So the ranger training program was about surviving in the woods and understanding how to navigate through the woods, plant identification, fire building, all of that. So trying to figure out the path to follow as you're creating a program is knowing, where do you start in the beginning, and that's what the martial arts is all about. You learn the basic stuff in the beginning and you get better over time. So coming up with the foundation of it is where I came up with the acronym for SPEAR. And it just breaks down preparedness and survival into five key areas. The first one is skills, and it's the ability to do things and the knowledge how to, right? Just very simple, the skills that you're going to need for survival, from fire building to water purification and all that. Second one is P, preparedness. And preparedness is about having the stuff in place to help you do the things you need to do. Whether it's building a fire or purifying water, having the stuff that you need on hand is going to greatly enhance your ability to do the job. Having the right tools for the job makes the jobs go much smoother. And the next one is evaluation. Evaluation is finding the weak spots in your armor. It's looking at your situation and trying to figure out where are you likely to have problems. And if it is you don't know how to build a fire, then that's something that you want to figure out and train yourself on how to do. Find the training that you need. If through your evaluation you determine that you only have 7 days worth of food in your house, then you want to increase the level of food that you have in your house. So I think you can see where you go with that. Is you analyze your situation, where you are, what you have, and what the skills that you have, and then try to determine what happens next. And I'm going to do the future videos on this to actually break that down so that it makes more sense in each one of the key areas. The next one is anticipation. And this is very close to threat assessment. It's about figuring out what the heck could go wrong. Is the power grid going to go down? Is the dollar going to collapse? Is you fill in the blank. Anything could really happen. We don't know. Anticipation is determining your list of things that you're preparing for. What do you think is likely to happen? Is you're going to suffer a 3-day power outage or a 10-day power outage or the 1-year power outage. Whatever it is, that is what you start building your list for. What is your list of things that you're preparing for? And this may require some research, some looking around, finding out what other people are preparing for, and adjusting fire accordingly. Looking at what the threats are in the world and making a better assessment of, is it something you should really be worried about? So the last one is R, which is readiness. Now readiness is simply just having a plan to deal with the threat that you anticipate to happen. It's having a course of action already laid out that you can say, well, if this happens, if A happens, I'm going to do B. And if B happens, I'm going to do C. Now, naturally, we say in the military that no plan survives first contact. Once you can make the greatest plan, but as soon as something happens that changes what you're expecting, you have to adapt from there. But you have to have the foundational plan there in place. So readiness is just having the ability to pull up that plan and know that this is what you're going to do. Now, bringing that full circle, when you look at anticipation of the threats that you might face and the readiness, having a plan to deal with that, that is what gives you the blueprint for what skills and things you should prepare at home to deal with them. Well, there it is, the survival spear. I'm sorry to disappoint you that there wasn't any sharp, pointy objects involved in this video, but it really is just an acronym to help you understand the foundation of what you need to cover to be better prepared. You can't just do one thing. You can't work on all of your skills and then have nothing at home to fall back on. You can't, watch the news and panic and worry and not take action and start saying, well, I should start getting prepared for this stuff. If you think that the threat is coming, make a plan how to deal with it. And it doesn't have to be a very elaborate thing. It's just this happens, I do this. If this happens, I do this. And start small. Start with the smaller things that could go wrong. I always say a 3-day power outage is a pretty easy one to start with. Start with that, make a plan, and get better prepared. Thanks for watching.